Thank you for joining me. Still morning. Bright and sunny here. Still have my beautiful view. So fun when you get things that last a while. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I don't know if you recognize the sweater. It did not make it into the parade of sweaters. This is my Lunam. And this is a sweater I made last summer, early fall. And it has been in a cupboard because I had some silly thought that I might be doing a podcast and I wanted to keep it nice and fresh, which means it missed the whole winter because, of course, I haven't podcasted since maybe March or May of last year. So anyway, here's my Lunam. This is the first time I'm really, wearing it. Hold on, I'll stand up for you. This is the best I can do. I'm having trouble with my thing, but it's a long tunic. I don't think the split is in the pattern. It's got really long sleeves, and interestingly, the sleeves are longer over the back of your hand. But this is my Lunam. So it's an interesting stitch. It's textural all over. I have some jewelry because I discovered after I finished it that every once in a while I had managed to only grab one little part of this. This is a single yarn, Blue Moon Fibers single yarn, and the weird thing is I didn't drop a stitch because you could really tell when you dropped a stitch in the pattern, and you can see that the pattern is perfectly fine except that it's got this tiny little string. So I was going to go through the rest of the sweater and see if I could figure out if I had done that any other places, and I haven't gone through the rest of the sweater yet. I just took it out of the cupboard. And now I can't get hold on. I had so much trouble getting that bad shot of the sweater with my gizmo that I gave up. Anyway, it's got a funnel neck. It's knit in pieces, and the front and the back are exactly the same. I think the pattern is easier to do. I'm not sure why it was knit in pieces, but I knit it in pieces and it wasn't a problem. Wearing it today might be a problem because I'm feeling warm. But I did just get out of the shower. I feel warmer when I get out of the shower, so who knows. It's got this kind of funnel neck that's supposed to be like a cowl in front, similar to kind of like this, except it keeps sliding down my shoulders, and then it really does look like a funnel neck, which I'm okay with too. I don't wear a bra, so I don't have to worry about my straps showing, and they probably wouldn't show anyway. But fussing with a sweater like that all the time is annoying to me, so I'm going to see how I do today. I might be a little disappointed in my Lunam that I've never worn before. That would be too bad. It's a pretty color. This is Targhee Silk, something like that. So it's a nice yarn, but it's warm. And it's a thick stitch, so it's a warm sweater. Too bad I, kept it in the cupboard all this time. But I would have to go back and look. I suspect that my last podcast was March. Might have been May. I have an M in my mind. But I think the M might be May when I thought I would do a podcast in May. I have a couple of shawls in there too. And the cowl, and I'm not thinking of the name of it, that I knit in the pink handspun from Juanita, but I never sewed up. You have one little stitch and you turn it into a cowl. All these things were in this cupboard, and my orange shawl I forget which one it is, but I do have the paper in the bag that I made with my June, what's her name, June color, the orange, beautiful orange color. All waiting for me to do my next podcast, staying nice and, you know, crisp and lovely. So guys, happy anniversary. March 20th, 2020 was my first Coronavlog. This is 3 years now. Of course, you knew that was coming when, because this is like 1048 or 7 or something, right? It means I really haven't missed very many. Oh, that's Maisie going outside. Oh, I took a little tiny video clip yesterday because Dennis was laughing so hard. He came in, he said, oh, Maisie just came in. She's like Pigpen. The floor was perfectly clean and then she came in. So I took a little video clip of it. I'll show you. Our floor was clean up until 10 minutes ago. And then Maisie came in from playing outside. And now she's like a little pig pen, and now I have to sweep. We call her the Swiffer. Anyway, she's got a lot of veg matter in her. So yesterday I knit. I didn't work on my cards, but I did knit. And I got to a point in my bistro sweater where I decided it's long enough. I started the bottom, which I'm doing in a garter stitch, which I told you I like. And I only did about 1 inch. Now, ideally, I would like to do more than that, but I think I made this maybe a tad longer than I thought I was. So this is all the yarn I have left, and I want to make it long sleeves. So I'm moving from the bottom back to the sleeves, and I'm going to finish the sleeves, and then whatever's left I will put on the bottom or use for my bind off. So that's my plan, because it's pretty long. But I really would prefer to have long sleeves, so I'm going to use the rest of this yarn to turn it into long sleeves. So that's where I stopped yesterday. I was like, it's too late, and it was late. Too late for me to start thinking about that, but oh, I didn't even disconnect the yarn. There, I disconnected the yarn. And I will get my needle. I think I'm going to have to put a shorter cord on my sleeve needle because I'm going down to cuffs. So there you go. That's what I did yesterday. Walk the dogs. That's it. Dennis made Aura and me a fire. We had a lovely fire and some gorgeous cream of cauliflower soup and Portuguese pork. So we have lovely leftovers tonight because we're going to be having cauliflower soup and Portuguese pork. Oh, and he makes ceviche. So we have lots of leftovers. It's a leftovers night, and our leftovers are always really yummy. And yeah, I'll probably make half a dozen popovers. I'm trying to cut down. I've only had one night this week where I overate popovers. So that's good. That might be a lie. I might have had 2 days out of. But I was overeating every day, so it's an improvement. My weight is down. This is a week. Today's weigh-in is a week from, well, technically I started, my first weigh-in was Sunday morning, so I guess tomorrow morning. But I've lost 3 pounds, so I'm feeling I'm on the right trajectory. Just have to keep control of my urges and appetites. Try to fill up on my supper, which I do. I have been. And continue. Dennis is making me gorgeous food, so I have no excuses. So that was yesterday. Today I am going to work on my sleeves. I'm going to work on my cards. I did bring down my pens yesterday. I didn't use them, but I brought them down. So now when I get the urge to work on my cards, I can just sit down and do it and not have to go get equipment. We do not have physical therapy today. Her physical therapy was moved to tomorrow, and which means it'll be my first gym day. When I had my physical therapy on my knee, we called it PT, and I translated that into personal trainer. I don't think Mike will be my personal trainer, but I will at least, do the bicycle for a while and do something. Because my exercise routine right now is nothing. It's walking the dogs for very short walks. So I will be upping my exercise kind of like by infinity, right? If you zero and you're doing something that's like an infinite improvement, right? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, also I wanted to remind you guys that this coming Saturday is our Zoom craft together on the 25th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, I look forward to crafting with you. I expect by then I will be knitting on Isabel's Weasley sweater. I'm going back and forth. Am I going to make it in pieces and do the eye in Tarja, or am I going to do it in the round and do the eye duplicate stitch? Now, I have never done duplicate stitch, so it would be something that I could learn how to do, and by the time I was done with that eye, I would probably be pretty good at it. So I'm thinking about that. And if I do a duplicate stitch, then I can knit the sweater in the round and I don't have to worry about it. I could just knit her a flax, right? With or without the sleeve detail, we'll see. Anyway, that's what I expect to be working on when we do our Zooming. So there you go. So be there. Mark your calendar, Saturday. Really hope you can come. And happy anniversary to us. It's funny because when the pandemic started, and I was thinking about it, trying to figure out, I had this horrible idea it was going to last as long as the Spanish flu lasted, which was 3 years. And then the Spanish flu mysteriously disappeared. Isn't that funny? And Dennis, Mr. Gloom and Doom, said, well, maybe, or maybe it'll last as long as the Russian flu in the late 1800s, which lasted 9 years. I'm like, no. I mean, I already thought 3 years was too long, obviously. I mean, it just seemed like forever 3 years ago. So here we are. Let's hope Dennis is wrong too. It could happen. He is wrong sometimes. He really is. So, don't let him get you down. But anyway, I did have 3 years in my mind at the beginning of this, so I hope the virus has the same thing in its mind. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be lovely, because we would be done. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, on that cheerful note, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.